Welcome to a night of total terror.
In 1968, George Romero brought us Night of the Living Dead. It became the classic horror film of its time.
We must not be lulled by the concept that these are our family members or our friends. They are not. They will not respond to such emotion.
Now, George Romero brings us the most intensely shocking motion picture experience for all time.
It gets up and kills. The people it kills get up and kill.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
First came the night, then came the dawn. Now comes the most eagerly awaited day in horror film history.
Welcome back to Thursday of the Dead, episode 280. My name is Chase. Today's episode is featuring my review of George A. Romero's Resident Evil, which was directed by Brandon Salisbury. He actually inadvertently appeared on episode 250, where some friends of mine filmed Living Dead Weekend 2024, and he had a panel there talking about this. And what was cool in watching this documentary is I saw lots of familiar faces, people that have actually been on the show before, like Norman England, Matt Blasey, Jim Crett. And so I'm a fan, of course, of George Romero pretty much since as long as I've been alive. And I saw Night of the Living Dead when I was 7, and that blew my mind open. Then Dawn of the Dead the next year. And then, so my first 100 episodes were Dawn of the Dead Thursday. That tells you kind of where my heart is. And I'm also an avid gamer. And I love Resident Evil. I love all zombie games. In fact, I used to cover some zombie games, mainly on the iPhone, when I switched the format to Thursday of the Dead. And I think I will go back to that because there's lots of cool zombie-themed games that I haven't talked about. Resident Evil is tons of it. It's like I love Resident Evil 4. I've bought so many versions of that and played it to death. And the movies were very hit and miss for me. I have read George's original script, and I thought it was very faithful to, or much more faithful to the games than what we got from Paul Anderson. So I have watched it twice. I actually bought a digital copy on Vudu because I knew I wanted to watch it more than once. I was pleasantly surprised by what I saw. Brandon did a great job. And I think he's working on some new stuff right now, which is very exciting because his editing and the shot composition throughout the whole documentary was great. Very impressed. Highly recommended. Especially if you're watching this show, you should definitely watch George Romero's Resident Evil. Thanks for watching. See you next week.